You're treating your skin for acne, you try stronger face washes, acne creams, maybe even drying treatments. But instead of improving, your skin just gets more redder, more irritated, and full of bumps. That's often because what looks like acne isn't acne at all. When the diagnosis is wrong, the skincare usually makes things worse instead of making them better. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Sue, your dermat next door. On this channel, we focus on non-sponsored, evidence-based skincare that helps you actually understand what's happening with your skin. So today we're going to break down acne versus rosacea, how they look, why they happen, and the key signs that help you tell them apart. Before I forget, please do like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss such dermatological insights from your dermat next door. Now, let's get into it. Acne is a chronic inflammatory condition of pilosebaceous unit, that's basically the hair follicle and your oil gland. The defining feature of acne is something called as comedones. Now, a comedone is simply a clogged pore, and this one is crucial. If there are no clogged pores, we question whether it's acne. Comedones show up as blackheads, which are your open comedones, or whiteheads, which are your closed comedones. Now, here's what's happening scientifically. Hormones stimulate oil glands to produce more sebum, more oil. The cells lining the pore don't shed properly, they stick together, and that creates a blockage. Inside that blocked pore, bacteria called Cutibacterium acnes keep multiplying. The immune system reacts in the form of inflammation. That's when you start seeing red bumps, which is basically your papular acne, or pus-filled pimples, which is basically your pustular type of acne, or deep painful or nodules, which is nodulocystic acne. So acne always starts inside the pore. Now, types of acne. Clinically, acne presents in patterns. One is, of course, comedonal acne, which is also called grade 1 of acne, mostly consists of your blackheads and whiteheads. Second, which is inflammatory acne, it will have red pimples. Third, your pustular acne, as I mentioned. And the fourth grade is nodulocystic acne, which are deep, painful, recurring, scarring lesions, basically. And then, of course, you have truncal acne, where your chest, back, shoulders, all of them, can get affected. Severe inflammatory acne can scar, that's why early treatment matters. Now, acne appears where oil glands are abundant. So you will see it commonly on the forehead, the cheek area, the jawline area, the chest area, the upper back area, and the shoulders. If someone has breakouts on the back and chest along with the face, acne becomes much more likely than rosacea. Now, over-the-counter ingredients that can help you with acne. Evidence-based ingredients, some of them include number one, salicylic acid. It penetrates into the pores, helps unclog them. Second, benzoyl peroxide, it reduces acne-causing bacteria. Third, niacinamide, which reduces inflammation. To note, acne treatments should be applied on the entire affected area, not just individual spots in most cases, especially when it's widespread. Preventive measures for acne, of course, avoid picking because it reduces your scarring risk. Use non-comedogenic products, avoid heavy pomades or oily hair products near the forehead. Cleanse gently, be patient. Improvement takes at least 6 to 8 weeks. Wear your sunscreen daily to reduce post-acne redness and pigmentation. Untreated acne can lead to permanent scarring and long-lasting discoloration. Now coming to rosacea. Rosacea is also a chronic inflammatory condition, but it is not a clogged pore disorder. That's the key difference. Rosacea is primarily a disorder involving your overactive blood vessels, neurovascular dysregulation, immune system overreaction, skin barrier sensitivity. Instead of starting inside the pore, rosacea starts with vascular instability and inflammation. Now, just like acne, even rosacea has its types, and in terms of classifications, although they've evolved, traditionally rosacea presents as erythematotelangiectatic rosacea, which is basically nothing but persistent redness plus visibility of blood vessels. The second category is papulopustular rosacea, where there are red bumps and pustules, but you do not see comedones. The third category is phymatous rosacea, where there is skin thickening, especially around the nose area. And the fourth category, ocular rosacea, where you see eye irritation happening, redness, dryness. Now, people often have overlapping features amongst these four categories of rosacea. Over half of rosacea patients may even have eye involvement. Now, why does rosacea occur? Blood vessels that dilate too easily, nerves in the skin release inflammatory mediators, abnormal immune responses, increased inflammatory reaction to Demodex mites. Now, Demodex mites live normally on the skin. In rosacea-prone individuals, the immune system reacts abnormally to them. Unlike acne, oil production is not the main driver here. Rosacea is more about vascular reactivity and inflammation than clogged pores. Now, where does rosacea occur? It strongly favors the central face, like your cheeks, your nose, your forehead, your chin area. It may extend in very rare cases to the neck or chest, but rarely, it affects these areas, and especially like the back and shoulders, absolutely rare. The redness often worsens with flushing. Over time, if untreated, redness can become persistent. Now, just like acne, again, some of the over-the-counter ingredients for rosacea, it's mainly focused towards calming inflammation and protecting the barrier. Number one, azelaic acid that can be used. It reduces inflammation and redness. You can add in ceramides, they restore barrier function. You can add in glycerine, which hydrates gently. Prefer fragrance-free moisturizers or fragrance-free products when it comes to rosacea. Harsh exfoliants, alcohol, menthol, peppermint oil, eucalyptus can trigger flare-ups. When it comes to the preventive measures for rosacea, certain common triggers include sun exposure, heat, spicy food, alcohol, hot beverages. Daily sunscreen with rosacea is absolutely paramount and critical. Keeping a trigger diary can help identify personal patterns as well. Now, coming to the biggest question, how do you differentiate acne versus rosacea? Let's simplify this. Blackheads or whiteheads, if they are present, it's acne. No comedones but central redness and flushing, it's rosacea. Oily skin with clogged pores, that's acne. Sensitive skin with burning and stinging, that's highly likely rosacea. Breakouts on chest and back, acne. Eye irritation with facial redness, that's rosacea. Acne, again, is a clogged pore disease. Rosacea is equal to vascular and inflammatory disease. Treating one like the other can worsen your symptoms. Now, why getting this right matters. Untreated acne can cause permanent scars, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, post-acne redness. Untreated rosacea can cause persistent facial redness, visible blood vessels, skin thickening, eye complications. Hence, accurate diagnosis prevents long-term damage. So that's the breakdown of acne versus rosacea. Even though they can look similar on the surface, they behave very differently, and understanding those differences is the first step to choosing treatments that actually help your skin instead of irritating it. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, share it with someone who might be struggling with the same confusion, and leave your questions in the comments below. Subscribe for more science-backed skincare education that helps you make smarter decisions for your skin. This is Dr. Sue signing out, and I'll see you next time in the next video.